All right. Welcome to Sports Talk with your host, Mitchell.
And Aidan. Today we're going to be talking about All-Star Weekend.
NBA, that is.
Oh, yeah. So let's start off. Let's talk about the Rising Stars game.
So basically, what we got all these young guys, right, in the NBA. So with these young guys comes a lot of explosiveness, quickness, young athletes that are just trying to make it out of their high schools, their young towns, their small towns, where they're from. They're just trying to make it big. But some of these rising stars have already made it big, such as superstars like Trae Young and Zion Williamson. What are your thoughts on them?
I think Trae Young and Zion played pretty well last night, in the Rising Stars Challenge. Especially, Trae Young. It's already his second season, and he's a starter in the All-Star game. So, he's bringing a lot to the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you also got Team World with Doncic, R.J. Barrett, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a lot of young talent.
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander kind of sucks, though.
I don't know about that. He best player on the Thunder, sixth seed in the West.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So here's what I saw from the game. So basically, in the first half, what I saw was very limited basketball playing. Like, it didn't really seem like all the players out there were trying that very hard
A lot of Zion dunks.
to really give their best and show why they deserve to be in the NBA. They didn't feel like they had that hunger, that grasp to really grind out.
I think they're just
a game.
having fun.
But it's not about fun. This is Rising Stars. This isn't the NBA All-Star. You haven't made it yet. You're not an All-Star. You're not at the top yet. These are you. Some NBA fans don't even know your name. So I feel like this is an opportunity for these young players to really make a name for themselves. And I feel like in the first half of this basketball game, we didn't really see that. Yeah, we got a couple Zion Williamson explosive dunks and flashy Trae Young passes and Luka Doncic half-court shots, whatever. But those are certified all-stars. These are names. Now, tell me, what did someone like Colin Sexton do that entire game? Nothing.
He got a dunk down, actually. A little six-footer.
Yeah, everyone in the NBA can dunk. So that's dumb.
Well, let's talk about the MVP of the night, Miles Bridges, on Team USA.
Oh! Did you see what he did at halftime?
Oh, yeah, I saw.
He tweeted out a picture, and it was like when when you're playing video games with all your homies and stuff, and like all of a sudden you start losing, so you change your position to get more game focus, and you sit up, you look towards the TV, and you start really focusing in on your game. He tweeted out a picture like that at halftime of the game, like in the middle of the game, like at halftime, which is like kind of ridiculous. Like I didn't even know you could do that in the NBA. Like, he's just breaking barriers all of a sudden. So who knows, in the future we might see superstars like LeBron James tweeting at halftime about things and stuff, like how the game's going. So this could really create a whole new like world in the NBA for social media.
But he did come out in the second half and put on a show pretty quickly. Off the backboard dunk to himself,
He really lived up to the
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He showed. And so Team USA got the win over Team World. Team USA led obviously by Miles Bridges, Zion Williamson, Ja Morant. Team World had, Luka Doncic, R.J. Barrett, Rui Hachimura, Japan shown out. Then we had the skills competition the next day. Bigs versus, guards.
I gotta be honest, I was not very impressed with the skills competition this year. It didn't really seem like they brought out the best names for this competition.
Yeah, the big men are really showing how much better they are than these guards now. Like, they're, you got...
It's really showing an evolution in how the NBA's played today. Because back in the 80s, you'd have these 7-footers, and their job was to be big, tough guys,
catch a
right?
ball and turn around.
Catch the ball, rebound, give it to your point guard. But now you see superstars like Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, all these like big men. You see Miles Leonard, he's out there. They're dribbling, they're shooting the 3-ball, and they're shooting at a pretty high clip too. So, I mean, it's just like, it's crazy how the game changes. You can you can have this 7-footer catch it, come off a pick and roll, but instead of rolling, this dude's popping to the 3-point line. So it's just crazy
Spreads
how the
the
NBA
floor.
changes like that.
You know, but this year we had Bam. I'm not going to try to say his last name. I can't really do it.
Bam Adebayo.
He got the win. You know, he really showed the future of this Heat team. You know, with Jimmy Butler, him, and a lot of other young guys. A lot of young guys on that Heat team, and he's, you know, he showed why he's
Yeah, which I think is really diminishing because obviously we all know Bam is not the most skilled player in the NBA, so I think that just shows that this competition is kind of outdated at this point. So
I think that's a problem. You know, a lot of this, the 3-point contest, the dunk contest. None of the stars want to do it. They got better things to do. You know, rest up, get ready for future games. It's all these young guys, you know, that just want to, you know, clout. You know.
Talk about clout. Let's talk about something else real quick that's related to clout. So, who had the most drip at the NBA All-Star? I'm just kidding. Who cares? Let's talk about the 3-point contest. 3-point contest. 3-point contest. All right. So we've transitioned over here to the 3-point contest. And here we've got many competitors such as
Trae Young, Joe Harris,
Devontae Graham.
Yeah. Duncan Robinson, like who was that?
Buddy Hield.
Yeah. Some guy named Davis Bertans, like what?
Bertans.
Yeah, exactly.
Bertans.
Exactly. My point.
Put some respect on his name.
You know, and you know, Buddy Hield, the winner of 3-point contest, young guy from the Kings, showing out. You know, this year they tried something new with the 3-point contest. Added a 3-point shot because usually, you know, shots are worth 1, and then money ball, 1 on each rack. It was worth 2, and then there's a money ball rack. They added 2 3-point shots from way downtown. You know, some guys were hitting those ones. You know, what do you think about that? Adding new shots.
I didn't really feel like there was a necessary change that was needed to the 3-point contest because for me personally, the past couple years of the 3-point contest have been some of the most exciting ones we've had in the past couple decades. Decades, I would say. I'm not even going to go years. I'm going decades. Because do you remember any of the 3-point contests that didn't feature Steph Curry or Klay Thompson? Probably not. You probably don't. So with the lack of those superstars, with the lack of these big-name shooters such as J.J. Redick, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, even shooters that you don't even like, not even superstars, but you know them as shooters such as Danny Green. These are just guys that are really just out there for their teams making 3-point shots. But instead, we have dudes like
Duncan Robinson
and
Davis.
Davis.
They got one All-Star in here, Trae Young. You know, and I mean
Zach LaVine.
He's okay. Yeah, he's solid. But he's on the Bulls. I mean, come on.
He's not a 3-point
Yeah, he's
shooter.
But yeah, I think they just added, you know, a shot because, you know, with, you know, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, those guys, they were hitting almost all the shots, and so
they're also hurt.
Yeah, but they weren't.
They're also hurt.
But there wasn't going to be any. You know, they wanted someone to break the previous record. They want someone breaking records, and that's not going to happen without adding more shots. So.
Yep. So Buddy Hield ended up coming out on top. No one cares, honestly. Probably the least exciting competition of All-Star Weekend this week.
But there was some controversy in the slam dunk contest.
Yes, there was. Big showdown between
Aaron
Gordon,
Derrick Jones Jr.
Mr. Fly High, Derrick Jones Jr. Prepare for takeoff.
You know, he had Pat Connaughton, and then washed up Dwight Howard.
I don't know why Dwight Howard was in the dunk competition.
Terrible dunks.
I don't know why Pat Connaughton. They always had to put a white dude in the dunk contest, and I don't know why they went with Pat Connaughton. Personally, I would have gone with Alex Caruso. Would have created more show, and it would have created much more of a show because of how big and popular Alex Caruso of the Los Angeles Lakers organization has become.
But
we got what we got.
yeah, it was pretty entertaining. Dwight Howard was pointless. He did a normal dunk, then a normal dunk, so no one really cared. Pat Connaughton, was a little better than I suspected. He jumped over Giannis. Did some crazy stuff. But let's talk about, the dunk off between Aaron Gordon and Derrick Jones Jr., the
Derrick Jones Jr.
topic of the night.
So, let me give you a rundown what happened in case you missed it this weekend. So, here's what's going on. So, we've got Aaron Gordon. Back in 2016, I don't know if you guys remember, but Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine went head-to-head dunk competition. Some consider it the greatest dunk contest of all time. And in the end, Aaron Gordon lost. Now, some people think he got robbed, that he should have won the competition, this and that and this and that, but he lost. Flash forward, 2020, Aaron Gordon versus Derrick Jones Jr., head-to-head, just like 2016. Can Aaron Gordon come out on top of this again? Come out on top again this year? Or not again. Can he win this year?
Yeah.
Let me answer that for you real quick, folks. No. He lost. Once again, sparking some more controversy in the sports world. Now, let me give you my take on who I thought should have won this competition. Many people said that Aaron Gordon's dunk over Taco Fall, 7-7 Taco Fall, giant man, should have deserved a 50-point dunk. Me personally, no. Did not deserve that 50-point dunk. That man did not even get close to clearing Taco Fall. Taco Fall had to duck. He still hit him in the back of his neck with his leg. He didn't do anything flashy to dunk. It was just a normal dunk. Meanwhile, we've got Derrick Jones Jr. over here flying over these dudes between the legs, under the backboard, throwing it in, flushing it hard. I mean, it just looked like it was just clear winner out there for me.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty close. I thought, in the first rounds, the judges kind of set a bad precedent because, they're just kind of handing out 50s to some weak dunks, Mm-hmm. So then it's like, oh, well, then anything gets a 50. But then dunks that were way better than others, like Derrick Jones Jr. He's got like a 48 or whatever. And then, Aaron Gordon got the 47 for jumping over Taco Fall. But I think the NBA needs to work with the judges to get better judges and get like more like guidelines in there for the judges to look for on what to rate a dunk,
I personally think they need to get better judges just in general.
Yeah, you got two guys that can dunk,
You can't. Yeah, you got to have people who can dunk. You've got Dwayne Wade who can dunk, and you've got Scottie Pippen. Yeah. And then meanwhile, you've got a WNBA player. I mean, no offense, these WNBA players are great. They're great. They could beat like probably half these NBA guys, but we all know that they're not really known for their dunking abilities.
You got Chadwick Boseman's like 5'8" in there.
Chadwick Boseman is the Black Panther actor. You guys obviously know him from the amazing 2018 film Black Panther. So, what is he doing out there? No one knows. And Common is a rapper. I don't know.
I don't know how he got there.
He played in the Celebrity Game, I guess, but
it is what it is. Derrick Jones Jr. came out on top, another young guy from Miami. So we'll see what happens next year. See if they get some real big names in there. Mm-hmm. People were hoping Ja Morant would kind of get in there, maybe Zion Williamson.
But Aaron Gordon did say he is done doing dunk contests for the rest of his career. At a very early age too. He's only about 24, 25 years old.
And he's put on some of the best dunk contests, some of the best dunks you've ever seen. So
I feel like he's very capable of doing more than needed.
So lastly, the All-Star game. Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. They tried out a different format this year, hoping to, get it a bit more competitive between these guys. I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it really showed. The new format really brought out these fierce competitions within these like NBA superstars. I mean, these guys are the best of the best of the best. I mean, it just doesn't. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. It just gives the fans what they want. hard fought battle, fourth quarter, great competition, tough, fierce, mental toughness. These are NBA players. These are guys playing basketball, and they're out there, and they are playing basketball. What are your thoughts on that?
I thought you could just see how hard they were playing because, these guys, you don't ever see this many foul calls in the All-Star game. You don't see guys argue with the refs, but it was like a normal game out there for them. They were playing.
And not just a normal game, it kind of looked like a playoff game.
Oh, maybe, yeah, you mean
intensity out there.
Yeah, they were playing serious. They wanted to get the money for those charities, those kids. They wanted to, help those kids out. I think Team LeBron, went in, they got $300,000 for that charity. I think they won another quarter, so that's $400,000. Team Giannis got $200,000 for theirs, so it's a pretty successful night.
Some highlights from the NBA All-Star game. We obviously got the flashy dunks, the cool assist, but the big controversy out of this year's All-Star game was how the game ended. Now, here's what happened. So it was the first team to score
157
points.
They added 24 from the highest score from the third quarter.
So basically what happened was Team LeBron was up 146 to 100 or 156. My bad. I'm sorry about that. 156 to 155. But what happened was Anthony Davis of Team LeBron got sent to the free throw line at the end of the game. And all he had to do was make one free throw and the game ended. Now, after all the players had gone through this hard work, nitty-gritty, just absolutely playing so hard, hardest we've ever seen them play, and it was like all season, to have the game end on an anticlimactic free throw, I just don't see how this is going to work out if they keep doing this format in the future. You can't just have these low ball endings like this. It just doesn't make any sense.
But, you just got to be smarter on defense, though. You can't foul. You're down, they only need 1 point. You can't go out and foul them.
Yeah, but they're playing hard out there. Sometimes it's just happens.
It was a weird foul. It just kind of happens. Kyle Lowry grabbed on to, much, much bigger Anthony Davis. There's not much he could have done.
I say, here's my suggestion for next year's All-Star game. I say keep the new Kobe Bryant format that they've got going on out there. But when the fourth quarter comes, fouls within the last 2 minutes of the game should be all throw-in fouls. Or you take the ball out of bounds.
New shot clock. Get a new shot clock, pass it in. But, so MVP of this All-Star game, of course, Kawhi Leonard, 30 points. First Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP.
Yeah, they renamed it to the Kobe Bryant NBA All-Star Game MVP of the All-Star NBA All-Star MVP.
Yeah, Team LeBron coming out top. So I think a big takeaway from this All-Star game is there's a fairly good future, for the All-Star weekend and the whole NBA, all these young guys from the Rising Stars Challenge, coming out, and compared to like the NFL's Pro Bowl or anything, a lot more entertaining, a lot more people watching.
This is a message straight to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. Sir, after what we saw this weekend, you're really going to need to step your game up over there at that league. If you want to be the most popular league in America and in the world, you're going to have to show what these superstars are capable of. Because right now your Pro Bowl is not living up to the expectations, while All-Star Weekend of the NBA is exceeding expectations. People are blown away. And when people turn on the NBA or the NFL Pro Bowl, it's like they're watching like a clown fest out there.
And also, NFL can't go worldwide. You get NBA, in the Rising Stars game, they have a whole world team made up of guys from all across the world, not from America. No other league could really do something like that.
Mm-hmm. So to wrap it up, NBA All-Star Weekend, it was great. It was good. It was a success. All-Star Weekend.
See you guys next time.
We'll see you next time on Mitchell Sports Talk with
Aidan.
the co-host.
Thank you.
Thank you.